Have you ever noticed how some of the people who think the deepest, care the most, and feel everything are also the ones who can't seem to enjoy the simple things? A walk outside, a quiet evening, a compliment. It's not because they're ungrateful, it's because their mind won't stop running long enough to feel safe. Psychology has quietly studied this. And today, we're going to explore the real reason why smart, sensitive people often struggle with joy. On paper, nothing's wrong. The day is calm, the house is quiet. Maybe there's coffee in your hand, the light is soft through the window, and nothing is demanding anything from you. But instead of peace, your mind starts to hum quietly, insistently, like it forgot what rest is supposed to feel like. You tilt your head back on the couch and someone says it, just relax, enjoy the evening. You wish you could, you really do, but inside your body, something tightens. Your mind begins its scan, unfinished things, future risks, people you need to check on, something you might have missed. You notice the dissonance. You try to feel grateful, content, but all you feel right now is distracted, guilty, restless. It's not that you can't appreciate the moment, it's that some deeper part of you just can't seem to sink into it. And maybe you've wondered quietly why. Why is it that the people who think the most, who feel the most, who care the most, are so often the ones who struggle the most with something as innocent as joy? There's a kind of mind that doesn't simply live a moment, it dissects it. You could call it intelligent. You could call it sensitive. In truth, it's both. It's the kind of inner world where thoughts run deep and fast, where emotional signals aren't just noticed, they're amplified, and where even quiet moments arrive wrapped in questions that won't leave you alone. In psychological terms, this is the intersection of high sensitivity and high cognition. One part of you notices everything. Another part keeps trying to understand it all. You're not imagining the weight you feel. Studies on deep processing and emotional reactivity confirm it. People like this tend to think more, feel more, and reflect more, sometimes to the point of exhaustion. The same depth that allows you to see life in breathtaking detail, it can also cloud your ability to live it lightly. Most people don't wake up one day and decide they can't enjoy things. For many, this pattern begins quietly, early on, not with a hatred of joy, but with a fear that it won't last. You might remember flashes of childhood joy, running, laughing, bursting with excitement, only to be told, calm down, you're being too loud, or having your happiness interrupted unexpectedly. Family fights, emotional explosions, disappointment, shame. Maybe you learned early that happiness was unreliable, and worse, dangerous, because every good feeling became a kind of emotional setup, a rise before the drop. Or maybe your childhood made you grow up fast. You were the mature one, the one who held space for other people's chaos, the one who solved problems before being allowed to play. Somewhere along the line, an unconscious rule crystallized. Don't relax, don't sink too far into peace, because as soon as you do, something will go wrong. And so you became someone who could read the room, intuit emotion, scan for cracks, all the protective gifts of a smart, sensitive system. You didn't lose the ability to feel joy. You learned to question it, to watch it like a fragile, flickering flame, warm but never safe. You could be eating with a friend, walking in the sun, sitting at peace, but your brain isn't simply in the moment. It's commenting on the moment. Is this meaningful enough? Am I doing this right? Will this last? Instead of smelling the flowers, your thoughts are sniffing for subtext. This is deep processing, a kind of mental software that never stops analyzing. The mind isn't trying to ruin the moment. It just doesn't know how to stop turning life into a puzzle. You're not incapable of joy. You're just someone whose mind evaluates everything, even ease. You put down your phone, you close the laptop, you try to breathe, but instantly you feel behind, as if everyone else is doing something, fixing their life, and you're here being still when you should be doing. That's not failure. That's a nervous system trained to stay alert. Maybe you learned that peace was a prelude, not a promise, that the moment you stopped paying attention, life fell apart. So now, rest makes your body anxious. Stillness feels like something's not right. But this isn't laziness or guilt. It's a learned survival instinct. For people like you, control became the price of safety. Sometimes you find it hard to enjoy a quiet meal because your thoughts drift to someone who can't afford one. You wake up smiling, then remember the news, the friend in crisis, the stranger who's suffering, and it hits you like a weight. You have a brain wired for empathy, a mirror to other people's pain. Your nervous system doesn't just track your own emotions, it pulls in everyone else's too. You're not trying to ruin a good moment. Your heart just hasn't found the off switch. And sometimes that kind of love shows up like gravity, pulling even the lightest moments closer to the ground. You plan a day off, a treat for yourself, a pause, but unless you've earned it, accomplished enough, fixed enough, you feel guilty for letting yourself enjoy it. It's like joy has to be justified, like a luxury you don't quite deserve. That's perfectionism. Conditional self-worth, the belief that pleasure comes after performance. But joy wasn't meant to be transactional. You weren't meant to earn your right to feel alive. Good days make you nervous. When things are going too well, your chest tightens, like you're halfway through a happy moment, but already bracing for the crash. This is anticipatory grief. If you've been hurt after being happy, your body starts guarding joy like a glass you might drop. So instead of touching it, you hover above it. Not because you don't want it, but because losing it would cost too much. So somewhere inside, you decide maybe it's safer to just not attach. Sometimes everything should feel good. You're in a beautiful place with someone you care about, breathing in something quiet and kind. But emotionally, you feel disconnected. You know joy should be here, but you can't feel it in your body. Years of living in your mind have pulled you out of embodiment. You're present in thought, but absent in feeling. And it's not that you're numb, not that you're cold. You're just trying to get back in to a body that joy lives inside of. Think back. When did you first start waiting for the bad thing? When did joy start feeling like bait instead of rest? Was it that time you laughed too loudly and were told to behave? The year you became the strong one while everyone else fell apart? Was it when peace became suspicious, when your gifts, your empathy, your brilliance, your intuition started to feel more like burdens? Trace it, the way you over-prepare, the way you shrink joy until it's small enough to be safe, the way you step outside your own happiness to watch it instead of live it. None of this is random. It's a pattern, a system, a history that has shaped your relationship with joy itself. Maybe you've told yourself, I overthink everything, I ruin good things. I don't know how to be happy like other people. But here's the truth, you're not broken. Your mind isn't messed up, it's high functioning. Your nervous system isn't dramatic, it's alert. Your difficulty with joy? That's not a flaw. It's the echo of a system protecting you from a world that taught you joy was unpredictable. Overthinking is intelligence used for self-preservation. Hypervigilance is defense born from experience. Emotional heaviness is simply presence, turned all the way up. This isn't dysfunction, it's adaptation. And maybe you've outgrown the danger. Maybe you're still living with armor you no longer need. Maybe now it's time not to force joy, but just to stop blaming yourself for how hard it feels. So maybe nothing needs to be fixed tonight. Maybe joy doesn't have to be manufactured on demand. Maybe just understanding why it's hard is already a kind of healing. And next time you're trying to enjoy a quiet moment and your mind gets noisy again, don't push it away. Just say, "Of course, you're trying to protect me. I see you." That is joy, a quiet one, but real. Because joy isn't just laughing or relaxing or smiling on cue. Sometimes it's just sitting in your own mind with a little more softness than you used to. Does any of this feel familiar to you? Have you ever felt guilty for not enjoying the simple things the way others seem to? And if you look back, can you see when joy started to feel a little more complicated for you? If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if you'd like more videos like this, remember to like this one, subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon so you don't miss future stories, and share this with someone who might need to hear it. Our other stories should be appearing on your screen now. Watch them next, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time with a brand new video.